Hello, my name is Blair. I am an expat. I live out here with my family. I have 2 children that are under the age of 10, and we moved out here because we wanted to live in a tropical environment. We wanted to live somewhere that was beautiful, that was sunny most of the time, and we found out about Belize and decided to move here. Now, this video is going to be about 10 reasons why you should move to Belize or consider moving to Belize. And just a little fun tip about me and my family. We moved out here without ever visiting first, okay? Like, we literally burned the boats. We never came out here first. The first time I got a stamp on my passport was literally to move here. I know, that's wild, okay? However, we picked the perfect place for us, and we're also helping other people to move, become expats. So if you're interested in becoming an expat and moving, now that we have a better lay of the land, we're able to help you or whoever might need this information to basically assess where they would like to live in Belize or in the South Americas period. But really, Belize is our home now, so we know most about this area, right? So let's jump right into the video and get to it. Number 1, they speak English, okay? Now, some people are bilingual. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it, but I'm not there yet. And that was a big reason why we picked Belize, because me and my family, we were studying Spanish, and one time we got in the car and we was listening to the radio, and we were listening to the radio in Spanish, and then you know how they'll have like a commercial, and then at the end of the commercial they have a commercial for like side effects to a medicine or something like that, like a medicine, and they'll tell you the side effects real fast at the end. So they started doing that, but in Spanish. And child, we was like, we don't know no Spanish. Like, that's when we realized we really didn't know no Spanish. We was studying on Duolingo and all that stuff. We ain't know no Spanish for real. So we decided it's best to live somewhere that they speak English already, and that way we could work up to knowing Spanish. Okay, cool. So that's number 1. Number 2, the cost of living is so inexpensive. It really is, it's really way less than the States. And on top of that, when it comes to looking to find a place, they're not as intrusive. Like, when you live in the States, you already know, if you've ever rented a home or even bought a house, especially if you bought a house, they want all your information. They want your birth certificate, your social security number. They want everything, your firstborn's name and address, and they want everything, your blood type, okay? But out here, it's like they really just take you at your word that you can afford the place. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that for you to burn people or anything like that, but of course, be a person of your word. However, it just gives you a certain level of relief that you don't have to worry about people knowing all of your business, or them pressuring you to see, they're not asking you to see your pay stubs and stuff like that. They're like, okay, can you afford this? You know what I mean? Do you like the place? Can you afford it? Okay. And it's very flexible. You're able to negotiate with some of the private owners about the rent and things of that nature. So that is awesome. And it's something that doesn't, you don't come by very often in the States. So that's number 2. The cost of living is and the food, child, the food is a great, it's fresh food. This is kind of like a bonus. The food is very fresh. There are fruit trees everywhere. So you know that your fruit is coming from somewhere local, and I love that. And a lot of the food is they made it that day. They made it, you know what I mean? It's not, there's no there's no fast food restaurants out here. Like, there's some places that say fast food, but they really just, they move at their own pace. It's just food that can be made quickly if they make it quickly, okay? And then number 3, most of the people out here, and this is something for black and brown people, if you're wanting to be around people that look more like you and things of that nature. Most of the people out here are brown and black. Now, this is a pro for me because obviously I'm black, so it's just nice to have that, you know, camaraderie, I guess you could say. Like, just have people that look like you, that live around you. And even if you look on the Belizean flag, if you look at the Belizean flag, there is a Spanish man on the Belizean flag and a black man on the Belizean flag, and they are both you know, symbolizing, like, you know, basically the community out here. And so I thought that was really amazing because I never really see people on a flag, right? So I love that about Belize. It's a beautiful place. Okay, so let me get to, that's number 3. So mostly black and brown people that live out here, right? So number 4, land is inexpensive and the process isn't as strenuous as it is in other countries. So what do I mean by that? First of all, land is inexpensive. You already know what that means. Land is not as expensive as it is back in the States. Just period. Okay? It's not. So that is a blessing, right? We love that. But then the process of buying the land, since I have been able to watch it, watch the process of buying land and stuff like that. I haven't bought any of my own land as of yet. However, my husband has been helping people to buy land here in Belize, and while helping, it's like the process is pretty straightforward, and there's not a lot of like loopholes and things that you gotta, like, you know, things that you have to go through to, you know, if you have the money and you know what you're looking for, you can pretty much get your land. And especially if you have, you know, like a team of people, like my husband has a team of people that he works with so that he can, you know, do what he needs to do as far as the paperwork and things like that. So, if anyone is interested in that, by the way, if you guys are interested in buying land, or if you wanted to get any more information on Belize or buying land, click the link on my about page, and it will take you to where we can do a video call and we can talk about, you know, your move to Belize. It's completely free. It's a discovery call. We can just talk, and you can ask as many questions as you would like about our move, about things that you might need on your move, and things like that. Okay, moving right along. So, number 5. I have everything written down, so that's why I'm looking to the side. Number 5 is absolutely gorgeous out here, okay? It's so beautiful. I love it out here, guys. It's so beautiful. The water is beautiful. Like, the landscape is beautiful. Like, I was just telling someone the other day, like, when you get on the plane from wherever you live, like any major city in America, and you take off, when you take off and you look down, if you're one of those people like me that likes to sit by the window and look down, you can see nothing but gray. It's nothing but gray, cement, you know, just buildings, and it's just, everything is pretty much just, you know, built up, and, you know, it's just a lot of that out in the States. And when you come to Belize, if you, again, look out the window, when you're coming to land to Belize, all you see is greenery. Just, it's plush, it's beautiful, it's rich with nature and, you know, just naturally beautiful scenery. The trees, the leaves, the animals, you know, it's just really beautiful out here, you guys. So that is something that's huge for me because I like to be outside. Okay. And then number 6, the people. The people are humble, kind, and honest. I have not met someone out here yet that I could say I don't like. You know what I mean? I've been out here for a year and a half, so I feel like that's a good enough time to meet somebody that you're like, I don't like that person, you know? But the people out here are very kind. You know, they're humble and they're honest. They're good people. You know what I mean? Like my neighbors, the people that care for the land that I live on, they bring us fruits. They sometimes they'll bring us a plate of their food, and we you know, that's something that we used to do back in the States back in the day, and now it's like that's not something that we do anymore. You know, like neighbors don't exchange food and stuff like that. However, out here it's like you're kind of going back in time, you know, with the way things move and how important family is and community and things like that. So that's something that's huge out here. It's just that camaraderie of like the community, and I love that. Okay, so the people is number 6. Okay, and then number 7, which kind of goes into number 6 or kind of flows into number 6, flows from number 6, I should say, is it is very peaceful out here. Like I said, I've been out here for about a year and a half. I haven't heard of a lot of violence. I live in the village with the people. I haven't heard of a lot of, you know, crazy things going on. I usually am home for the most part. But at the same time, like, you know, people talk. You always can hear when there's some type of something going on. So we've been here for New Year's, and we've been here for Christmas and things like that. And you know how, like, in New Year's, people will be, like, shooting all night long, or, like, fireworks all night long. And they'll just be doing stuff all night long, child, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Out here, at least where I live at, we literally, like, from 12 to 1, it was fireworks. Some people who had guns that wanted to shoot, they shot a little bit. Woo, it's New Year's, woo! And that was it. Like by 1 o'clock, really by 12:30, but I'm giving them 1 o'clock because it was a little bit at the end. By 1 o'clock, that stuff was over with. Very respectful, you know what I mean? Like very respectful. Like it's dangerous to. I'm from DC. It's dangerous to drive in the streets at a certain time on New Year's and on 4th of July and stuff like that. It'd be dangerous to drive out there. It'd be so smoky and people be up all night. And if you're from places like New York, you already know New York is lit all night. You can go outside 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and go find something to get into. Not out here. So if that's something that is something that you're interested in, or that you know would enjoy, then Belize is a place for you, because it's very peaceful, and you know it's just a lovely place to raise a family. If you are feeling like you want somewhere that you can raise your children and not have to worry about them being outside without you, because that's something that, you know, that we used to be able to do when we was kids. At least I speak for myself. I used to be able to do that when I was a kid, and now it's like, nah, it's not safe. Children, especially black children, are getting killed in their own backyard, being outside. You know what I mean? So it can be unsafe for us to be outside. So yeah, it's very peaceful out here. And to get into that a little bit more, right? I'm going to tell you guys a quick story, and then I'm going to get to the rest of the list. My daughter, we lived in Georgia for 3 years before we moved to Belize. My oldest daughter would always, you know, want to tell me, she's like, Mom, come on, let's go outside. And I'd be like, no, go ahead. I would always try to convince her to go outside by herself in the backyard. And she would never go. She was like, nah, I'm not going out there. She was scared. And I didn't know why, because we lived in a nice neighborhood. We never, you know, there were a lot of sirens, you know. And that's another thing when it comes to being peaceful. I've rarely heard sirens out here. Like, we used to hear sirens every night in Georgia. We lived close to a fire station, but we heard sirens all the time every night. Out here, it's completely different. Anyways, going back to the story. So I used to always tell my daughter, go outside and go play. And she was like, I'm not going out there, Mom. Right. The first week we moved to Belize, the very first week, my daughter asked me if she could go outside and play by herself. And when I tell you the joy I felt in my heart, y'all, I was so happy. We lived at that house for 3 years. We had a huge backyard. It had a gate and everything. It was safe, but she didn't feel safe out there to play. And when we moved here, I knew that we were really home because my daughter asked if she could go outside in the backyard, and that meant a lot to me. So, very peaceful. Moving right along before I get all emotional. I don't have to worry about the police. Now, this is, again, I'm a black woman, so I'm speaking from a black woman's perspective. I don't have to worry about the police. Like, I have never seen a person being pulled over by the police out here. They don't even have, you know, those things that be at the top of the sirens that be at the top of your car in the States. They don't even have that here. They don't have that woo woo where they could pull you over with the sound. They don't even have that here. I've never seen a person get pulled over. I've lived out here for a year and a half. I've never seen someone on the side of the road being pulled over. Ever. I've never really seen a car accident out here. Okay? I've seen people, their car stop working and they need help and they trying to get to the side of the road. I've seen that. But I've never seen a car accident out here. And I've never seen, like, you know how there be people on the side of the road and they're, you know, they sitting on the side of the road. The police is in their car searching their car, and they sitting on the ground on the curb, and they got the handcuffs on and stuff. I've never seen anything like that out here, ever. Now, they'll have like a checkpoint every once in a while, but that's just to make sure you have insurance. And going back to the second thing about the cost of living, the insurance is way cheaper out here. You'll pay what you pay for 1 month in the States. You'll pay that for all year out here. So it's like, wow, it's no excuse as to why you don't have insurance. And that's it. You know what I mean? So that and that's it. Man, that's a beautiful thing. So I don't have to worry about the police. When the police drive past me, I'm not nervous, or if I see the police, I don't get nervous. I don't have that tension in my body. You don't even realize, speaking to, you know, my people, you don't even realize how much tension you hold in your body until you get the chance to release it. Especially when you live in the States and you're always having to drive and you worry about the police and you worry about this. All that tension is stored up in your body. And once you get somewhere where you don't have to worry about the police or certain things, it's a different level of relaxation that your body flows into. And it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to keep it moving. Number 9, there's plenty of opportunity out here to build. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, like I said in my last video, if you're not in the entrepreneur spirit or you don't have an online business or something that you can do for online, then it's probably not a good idea for you to come out here, you know, because you need something to sustain yourself. If you are an entrepreneur spirit and you do have big dreams and you want to build this and you want to make this, but you're trying to figure out where am I going to have room to do this in the States. Like for myself, I always wanted to own my own restaurant and have a catering business, but I saw how expensive things were, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to afford a storefront business and this and that. And I was like, I can't, you know, I let all my thoughts get to me. But then when I got here, I saw that it was so much opportunity for me to start my catering business. So I started my catering business, Tasties. Okay, Tasties Catering. I'm on Facebook. But yeah, that's for people that, live in the area, obviously. And yeah, so I started my catering business, and when I'm able to, like when I have enough capital, I'm gonna open a restaurant. And there's so much land out here that you can literally build and grow a whole. You can build whatever you want out here, y'all. It's so much opportunity out here. Like I said, when you hit the ground and you come into Belize, all you see is greenery, because a lot of the land is still raw, it's still untouched. You get what I'm saying? And I just love that, And I'm not saying we should gentrify Belize at all, because somebody mentioned that to me, and I was like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, and I'm not going to be a part of that. But I'm just saying that you can definitely come out here and create opportunities for yourself, create opportunities for the local Belizeans, or whoever you bring with you, whoever you see wants to be a part of your mission, everything like that. You get what I'm saying? So I love it out here, y'all. So number 10, they respect nature out here. Now this is something that's important to me personally, because I'm a nature lover. I love the earth. I'm always pro keeping the earth clean. So don't get me wrong, there is litter, which I hate, on the streets sometimes, especially like some places in a village. You get what I'm saying? However, when I say they respect nature, what I mean is there are certain things that they just won't do because it affects the nature. It affects nature. So for instance, I'll give you an example. One, there is what do you call it? There's a zoo out here, and at the zoo they only have animals that need to be in a zoo. Like when I say that, I mean like, the animals may be hurt, they may need extra care, things like that. It's not like they just grab an elephant from Africa and brought. No, they only have animals that are native to Belize, and that's a sign of respecting nature. You know what I mean? And it's like in DC, they got all types of animals that are depressed, sitting behind gates and glasses and stuff, because they're not in their natural habitat. Okay, and so that's something that's important to me. I know that's not necessarily important to everybody, but I think that's an amazing thing. I really love that about Belize. And then my bonus thing is, you can definitely find, there's, like I was mentioning before, there is a plethora of community. It's a wonderful place to raise a family, and the people care about family. They care about being at home with your family. They care about having that time. And that's something that I think in the States we have kind of disconnected from, because everything's so expensive. Everybody's like, I gotta make this money, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind. And now, we're disconnected from our families. We're disconnected from our friends and things like that. And so I would just implore anybody who is looking to have maybe a slower pace of life and some type of community, because I do have a lovely community of people that I am surrounded with here in Belize, and they're African American just like me. They're from America, but they live in Belize, and they're great people, and they're very supportive. So if that's something that you're interested in and you want more information on it, definitely click the link on my About Me page, or you can email me and message me and say, hey, I like more information, and just get the discovery call. It's completely free. We can have a conversation and talk about your move, your plans. You can ask as many questions as you would like and all that great stuff. So thank you guys so much again for being on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have anybody who is looking to move to Belize or to South America period, and you have questions. We did a lot of research on different places to move in South America, and we decided Belize was the best place for us, but you may have a different place you want to move to. So y'all have a beautiful day, have a beautiful week, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.